Welcome back to Speak Up,
Okay.
the podcast where we empower, uplift, and celebrate women who have reclaimed their voices to inspire others. Today, we are thrilled to welcome the inspiring Megan, a money relationship coach whose journey from addiction and homelessness to financial empowerment is nothing short of remarkable. Through her unique approach, Megan combines financial healing, mindset shifts, and practical strategies to help her clients step out of scarcity and into abundance. Having lived through her own incredible transformation, Megan understands the resilience it takes to rebuild, and she dedicates her life to empowering women to rewrite their financial stories. In this episode, Megan will share how finding her voice has impacted the way she lived her life today, what thriving means to her, and how she has embraced it, how she has redefined her values and herself throughout her journey, the grounding practices that help her face challenges now compared to before, the importance of family, friends, and mentors in her healing journey. Her hopes for her story will inspire women who may be where she once was. While sharing our journeys and supporting one another is so vital for growth and healing. Megan's story is a testament to the strength, courage, and determination it takes to rebuild and thrive. Her journey will inspire you to take control of your own narrative and step into your power. So, without further ado, let's welcome Megan to Speak Up Queen.
Hi.
Hello, Megan.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start by first, before I ask the questions, let's start a bit. Please tell us a little bit about your story. Um,
Mm,
please.
Okay. So, that was a long introduction, but I really appreciate it. So I come from a background of addiction and homelessness. And so through that, I have now I'm able to like really appreciate everything, but I'm able to like live the life I want, I create, and I'm able to thrive. And so I'm really, really grateful for that. I'm grateful to be able to connect with such amazing women and really share the story of like resilience and how just awesome we are. So that's a little bit about me.
Hmm. How was finding your voice impacted the way you lived your life today?
So finding my voice is been essential for me to really live authentically and to thrive. I used to live with no voice. I used to live with darkness and a lot of shame and all of that. And so being able to like heal and find my voice has now opened up so many possibilities. And now I'm able to like really make an impact. And I think that's how we all make an impact is by finding our voice.
What does thriving mean to you, and how have you embraced it in your life?
So I feel like it's just getting better, getting better every day, whether you're thriving or striving, just getting better and wanting to get better and growing and just getting better. so
How have you redefined yourself or your values since the beginning of your journey?
so I feel like it's interesting because I feel like my values have always been the same. Like my values have always been family, people, connection. That's always been my values, even through addiction. Um, so it's very similar, even through all of that darkness and being lost. My values have always stayed the same. Like connection is so important to me. My family, they've always been by my side, even through my addiction. I feel like it's always been the same. Like connection and family are so important to me.
It is just, I think, when you have your tribe and that support system, no
Yeah.
matter what your flaws is, they will accept you. They will still
Mhm.
support you. So it's really important for this audience to know that Speak Up Queen is one of the communities where you can be in a safe space where we don't judge. We are really here to support each one another. And if you don't have a supportive family or close friends, um, that can help you with that. So,
I love, I love it.
how do you stay grounded when challenges come up now compared to before?
Hmm. So yeah, so before I coped through addiction, I didn't stay grounded. I was super unhealthy. So now to stay grounded and to stay in my space, um, I I speak up, which is beautiful. I speak up. I talk. I reach out, which is huge. I also use. I'm a big believer in tapping. So EFT. I'm a big believer in that. I use it daily for big things or small things. That has really helped keep me grounded. And if anything intense is coming up, I have that resource to bring me back down to neutrality. Yeah.
It is so I don't think when I started my healing journey, when I was young, I didn't know anything about the safety resource or something to help me when I was feeling overwhelmed. But like you say, grounding, tapping, breath work. I'm like, it's like crazy, silly things like everyone is, I am breathing. Why am I supposed I am breathing? What do you mean? And I'm like, okay, so it is just amazing to hear that this is also part, it's a huge part in your healing journey is to have safety resources in place, whether it's tapping, whether it's going outside for a walk, mindfulness, breath work. It is still, there's so many resources out there, and we can all we can try it all. We can try. I mean, I've tried all of it, but some of them I'm like, nah, I don't like to do that. But at least I tried it. I tried it, and it was working for me.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's really important for the audience to know that there is safety resources out there for when you are feeling overwhelmed or when you are triggered. Because if you don't have boundaries in place, you will easily get triggered or re-triggered by people that knows that pressure points, and just to have the right tools that to say, "Oh, you know what, nah, I am not going to get overwhelmed today, not today. I'm going to do something that's protecting my inner peace." um
Yeah.
so yeah, that's just amazing. What
Yeah.
is one piece of advice you would give to someone who feels voiceless or unseen?
Mm. Um, I mean, I know we keep saying it, but to really speak up, to reach out. I mean, I can honestly say from my experience, I stayed sick and I stayed in addiction and super unhealthy in dark places because I took so long to speak up, to reach out, to say something. And so I stayed small. I stayed lost for years and years and years. And so the best tool, I mean, not easiest, the simplest tool is to speak up, to reach out in a place that you feel safe. And this is that place, or wherever, anywhere that you feel that safety. It's the most valuable tool there is because you're speaking your truth, which already starts the healing process. Yeah.
Definitely. And addiction is something I'm still addicted to coffee. I'm not gonna lie. I'm addicted to coffee. Let's just say it out there. But
Okay.
but the thing is, when I was 17, I started drinking at the age of 12, and I
Yeah.
started to smoke. And it was all of these things because I wanted to numb that feeling. And I was trying to tell the world there was something going on, please help. And we we are getting judged by, oh, you're an addict, or oh, you're an alcoholist, or oh, you're a smoker, or you all of these things. But no one ever stops and asks, what happened to you?
Why? Mhm.
Yeah. So when we all, like I said, we all have trauma, we all have addictions, even it can be excessive exercising that you might
Yeah.
think you're doing healthy things. But
Mhm.
for the women in here, I really want to let you know that it is okay. It is okay to have addictions, but you can heal it, and you can heal from that. When you start healing it, you will see that there was nothing wrong with you. It was just a coping mechanism to help you feel heard, because your voice, didn't have a voice. So you tried to be heard or seen by somebody doing extraordinary things for the world to show that there is something going on.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. We do it to cope, to numb, to whatever. And yeah, and simultaneously, we are reaching out and asking somebody to see me and see something's wrong. And we do that before we find our voice. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. What does being part of a community of resilient women means to you?
Oh, it is just so powerful. And to me, it's such valuable connection. And really having a place to where you can talk and talk freely and talk openly and not be ashamed of my history and of my past, which a lot of people judge, a lot of people look down on. Having a community like this is so valuable because it just reinforces like our truth and our value. Like nobody can take away my value, and no, you know what I mean? So this group, this environment, this place of just beautiful, powerful women is invaluable for sure.
What do you hope other women take away from hearing your story?
Mm. Um, Foremost, you are not alone. Absolutely. You are never alone. I think we often forget how much we have in common with somebody, because we don't know. We don't really know somebody unless they open up. So I would say that really you aren't alone. Just because somebody hasn't maybe said that they have something that you're dealing with, they most likely are. They most likely are. We all have things we're going through. And so just really just finding that connection and learning how to like speak your truth. Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think it is important to share our journeys and support one another?
Um, because you can make the biggest impact by just sharing your story, by just sharing your journey. You impact so many people that you don't even realize, which is so exciting. Like, you don't even know how many people you've touched and you've impacted their lives. And so, I mean, just think about how amazing that is. Like, we've all changed people's lives that we don't even know about. So exciting.
Yes, it is definitely so exciting to be. But one thing that I always say is COVID was not good for anything. But one thing that came out positive was we can connect all over the world. We
Right.
we um we can really connect all over the world. And the thing about I wanted to also comment on that thing why it is important for us to share our journeys is I was feeling alone when I was 17 years old. I thought that no one would get me. No one understand what I'm going through. And it went through up to 30 years old where I felt alone because no one could could no, they didn't know. But when you start healing, you're actually attracting these positive, powerful, you're attracting that energy. And then it's like, oh, here comes the light. Oh, here comes the light. Oh, here's a whole empire of lights that's just shining of women who is really telling their story. And they are all just started like me and you. We just
Yep.
started to share our story as they speak up. No more. Um, Something that also is also for me a lot, I think for you too, is the importance of boundaries. Can you maybe just tell these women or these listeners about a little bit about boundaries? Boundaries.
Yes. Oh, boundaries. They are so interesting because can be so difficult, but they are essential. They are essential for you to keep yourself safe. And it's interesting because we think when we set our boundaries that people are going to look at us different or they're going to be hurt by our boundaries, when in reality they'll appreciate the clear set boundaries. They'll know not what to cross. They'll know where you stand. And so it makes it easier. It makes that communication and that like just that relationship so much clearer and so much just easier. And that's with any boundaries. I mean, they're made We make them to keep us safe, period. Yeah.
Yes. And it's so important for us to feel safe, to start out to heal.
Yeah.
Because our bodies knows the best. You can't fool your unconscious mind or your body. You can try, you can really try. I tried it for years. I tried to say, I am healing, I am getting there. And then
Yeah.
boom, your body is like, no, I still don't feel safe. There is still boundaries that is broken. And that can be simply a simple thing like, do you want to go out tonight? And you know for a fact that you are really tired and you still say yes, because even though you know for a fact that you are not in the mood, and then you can pretend the whole night that you are enjoying it, but at the end of the day you are suppressing your own emotions because you are trying to fit in, and that's staying stuck in your body. It is really staying, it's getting stuck somewhere. Mine is on my bum. I'm telling always my trauma is on my bum and on my stomach. That's where my trauma is. I'm trying to release it. I said this morning to my husband, I said to him, I love my body. I love all my roles. I love everything. I said, I know it's a lot of I know it's trauma. I said, but because I'm doing Speak Up Queen, I can feel the kilos getting all fell down. I'm like, I'm healing myself. And he's like, you're crazy. I'm serious. I'm healing because it's so nice to hear people and you, this woman, to hear this, all of you guys, queens, all of your queens, sharing your stories, knowing that no matter what life threw at us or at you, we still decided to say, you know what, enough is enough. We're going to speak up, we're going to tell our truth, and we're going to inspire other women so that, because this whole mission of Speak Up Queen is so that no one is left behind, so that there's a platform for women to go and listen to powerful, amazing women who's been through something that you might feel like, oh, no one will understand my story. No one will understand that I'm going through something.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
How do you want your story to inspire others who may be where you once were?
I just, yeah, I want people to just know that you can get through anything, and there's nothing that is so bad that means you can't heal from it, no matter what. No matter what, no matter what trauma, no matter what history or past, there is nothing that we can't heal from. And so that is like so powerful. And so I would say just to remember that there's where all of our stories are relative to us. And so we feel so heavy. We know how big they are, but it doesn't mean that we can't get better no matter what.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's just amazing that all of us have something to share. I've got like a small library of books that I love. I love reading personal stories, personal development, things that people already have. They walk the walk and we can read it, or we can go and listen to a podcast. It is just, I mean, 17 years ago, I don't even think Spotify existed. It was
No.
only, and I still remember that when your favorite song came up, you had to put the tape in and just hit record button so that you can have the. It is the time where we were just like, that was our time, and we didn't even have phones at that stage in our lives. Now everyone has a digital phone. Everyone can have access to internet and can listen to these things.
Yeah.
So it is like just, and each one, that's really filling my cup of hearing each one of your stories is, it might be the same thing about boundaries, but each one of you is sharing it in your way. It is like, so I'm like, I just want to sit like this and just like, I want to hear what you think about boundaries and limiting beliefs and safety reasons. I just want to hear your story because it's just, it might be the same keyword, but
Mhm.
to hear it through different voices, different experiences is like, it's just feeding my soul hearing these stories. So thank you so much for your time and for being, just sharing your story boldly. I really hope that you are having an amazing day and that people will just hear what you have to say and just take something on today with them.
Oh, thank you so much. This was so good.